Okay, let's hear that engine go. Give me a second. There we go. Hi everybody, this is John. Welcome to Bike to Table. Fun little channel where I get to share everything with my love for motorcycles, all kinds of motorcycles and riding, my love for food, cooking it, and how it turns out at the end. So pretty much that's going to be the channel. Going to have some fun. We're going to talk about good accessible food, not any kind of hoity-toity stuff that you find at like a high-end restaurant, like a sprig of parsley and a lettuce leaf for 20 bucks. Now this is real food. This is real edible, actual good tasting food. We're going to find some tips and tricks as we go along the way. I'll share with you some of the recipes that I have kind of in my brain, kind of written down some places too, but basically that's what it's going to be. Going to enjoy some riding here in the beginning. Going to take y'all for a little ride. We're going to go to the grocery store. We're going to get our supplies, our foodstuffs, as you could say. And I'm going to go now. Sorry, white van. Okay, let's hear that engine go. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah. Nice. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I love the sound of that engine. Anyway, back on topic. That's what it's about. We're just going to have fun. We're going to talk about food, going to talk about riding, going to talk about just whatever you want. If you have any things you want to talk about, you see any recipes that you wanted to try, go ahead and post below in the comment section on the video here. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe to me. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. Nice. I love these twisties back roads here. I'm actually a rider. I am up here in northern Ohio. Got a nice open that up a little bit, getting a little foggy. Nice day this evening. Got about 65 to 70 degrees temperature wise. Nice and cool evening to go riding. Just finished up my work for the day. Decided, you know, today would be a good day to go ride and go shoot a little video. So welcome aboard. First thing that we're going to be making today is going to be something called Mojito lime chicken. We're also going to put that, whoop, don't go, thank you. Mojito lime chicken. Going to put that with a poblano pepper slaw. So we're going to grill that up to some poblano peppers, and it's just going to be a really nice meal. Interesting enough, the Mojito is actually looked that up for a minute. Cuban Caribbean flavors is where it originated. So we're going to have a little taste of the Caribbean, or South Florida, or Cuba, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's good, yummy food. And I'm going to show you how to cook it. So we're going to go to the grocery store. We're going to get some chicken. Okay, I love those curves. Going to get some chicken. We're going to get some, obviously some slaw mix. Going to pick up poblano pepper. We're going to pick up a lime. What are you doing? There you go. Going to get some Mojito marinade. Now these are the products that I get. They're just what I like using. You can use your own. I'm not endorsed by anybody, sponsored by anybody. It's just me doing my thing. So hope you enjoy. Anyway, we're gonna get some Mojito mix. Gonna get some green onions as well. I already have at home some of the other stuff, you know, olive oil. We're gonna be grilling that in. We're gonna get some white vinegar, you know, the usual salt, pepper, and even some brown sugar in there, give a little bit of sweetness. So we're gonna have a good meal here in a little bit. But before we do that, we're gonna enjoy some of the ride. Anybody else do that, where it seems like every time you go out or whatever road you take, there's always somebody in front of you? I just like cruising out. You just go with nobody in front of you. It's just so fun, so relaxing. No stress. You de-stress from the day. Rough day at work, motorcycle ride, put your head straight. So yeah, so we're just going to kind of chat with each other a little bit here. I know I can't hear you, but I'm thinking just whatever pops in my head. What kind of bike do I ride? Okay, I have a 2011 Road Glide. Bought that late summer of 2011. So about 9 years ago, actually. I think my my Road Glide anniversary date is later this month. I love this bike. It is so comfortable. It finally fit. I finally found a Harley that fits me. Not a lot of Harleys did. I started off on a Virago 535. Man, that thing was a nice little thing. Nice little, I call it a front yard bike, because it's one of those where, I don't know where you are, but where I live here in Ohio, you just drive down the road in the summertime, and most of the time you see a motorcycle just sitting on the side of the road with a for sale sign on it. So yeah, it was one of those. Got that thing. I mean, it was kind of ratty. It was good. It got me on two wheels. I was able to learn off of it, take the motorcycle safety class on it, all that. But yeah, every time I wanted to go ride it, I had to take out the spark plugs, brush them off with a grill brush, so it was able to spark, and then we'd go from there. So I'm gonna head this way because I don't want to follow this van anymore. Yeah, I'm going. Bye-bye. See ya. So yeah, I started off with that guy. It was nice. Got me into the sport. Found out that I loved it. My first motorcycle lesson was actually on my brother's Sportster. He took me up to a parking lot, big parking lot. You know, he trusted me. Now this was like a nice brand new bike for him. He had an old Sporty 883, you know, back then, and he loved that thing. It was a fun little bike. It got him on two wheels as well. But he trusted me. He said, okay, this is what you do. And I eased up on the clutch a little bit just to feel the bike, start to pull forward. I picked up my feet and I went. I was supposed to only go, now mind you, I was only supposed to go like maybe 10 yards and stop. I went down that parking lot. I was shifting gears into second. I'm like, oh, let's see how this works. And shift gears in a second. I'm doing figure eights at the end of the parking lot, and just had a good time on that thing. Brought it back. He's jumping up and down, waving his arms. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm riding. That's what I'm doing. And then my brother, you know, obviously this whole time was in Harley Owners Group. His friends were. I was invited on a couple of rides. Got to do that. Never really found a Harley that fit me. One day my one friend said, you know, I have a big guy at my work, and he rides a Harley Road Glide. He's about your size, about your height, and he says it fits him really comfortable. And next weekend we were able to get into a dealership that had one, and I fell in love with that bike. Man, it was perfect. It was like the black denim. It had the red and white pinstripes on it, that old school look. Oh, I loved the way that it looked. Apparently somebody else did too, because while I was out on my ride, somebody bought that bike from out underneath me. I came back from the ride, said I want to buy this bike to the sales guy. Sales guy went inside and came out shaking his head. He goes, you will not believe this. The guy that test rode it right before you, he's just buying it right now. He's already got the paperwork started. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So the hunt was on. Then I found this guy over on the west side, over at another dealership, and I hopped on my old Vulcan, headed over there with my brother and said, here's my Vulcan, give me an appraisal on it. Okay. haggle, haggle, sold. So that's where I got this guy from. We're gonna go ahead and drop the video at this point. Good talking to you guys. Hope you stick around. Again, like and subscribe below, and that way you get notification when I put up another video. I have another one that's I'm thinking about doing, which is going to be all about side dishes, so hang on for that one. If I do it, you might find the link like up in the top corner of this video. But anyway, thanks for riding along with me today. Hi everybody, we are back home. We got freshened up from our ride. Let's take a look at what we got at the grocery store. We got the Mojito lime marinade for the chicken, poblano pepper, we have a lime, we have some sour cream to make our lime sour cream with. Have some green onions and cilantro. Cilantro just adds such a good flavor and a fragrance to everything that it goes into. I love cilantro. We have our chicken breasts, of course, and we have our coleslaw mix. From a bag. It's just more convenient that way. Don't have to do much prep, just open the bag and put it in a bowl. So that's what we got at the store today. We're going to go ahead, start prepping our ingredients, get ready to cook. Okay, first up we're going to do the cilantro. Basically we just take this off of the stems for our little bunch of cilantro that we got. And then we're going to chop that up. Here are the green onions. We'll cut off the tip on both of those. Get those out of the way. I like to cut off the back ends of it as well. And cut those up. We're going to do the marinade mix now for the glaze on the chicken. Put a little bit of water in there. That's about a tablespoon of water. We're also going to get some olive oil. Grab that in there. A tablespoon of white vinegar. That's going to go really good. That's what's going to get that zing to the jawline for the seasoning when you're cooking. We'll just add in our marinade mix and whisk it away. Pretty easy. You just cut it in half and squeeze it into the little bowl. Okay, to make our lime sour cream, we'll just grab a couple of tablespoons of sour cream, put it into a little prep bowl here. Going to get about a teaspoon of the lime juice. Now this is just a half teaspoon. Don't know where my full teaspoon went because, you know, I'm a pro here in the kitchen. So we're going to mix this, whisk it together a little bit. That's going to be a great topper for on top of the chicken. Whisk that up. We're going to put this back in the fridge then, and then that way it'll stay good for while we're cooking. Start the first part of the pepper slaw. So we're going to add to the bowl probably about 2/3 of the bag of the coleslaw that we got at the store. We're going to add in about half of the onions. We're going to add in all of the cilantro. We're going to put in there just a little bit of brown sugar, about a tablespoon of brown sugar. We're going to put in a tablespoon and a half of the lime juice. Going to put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to put a little bit of pepper in there and a little bit of salt. Next thing, all we need to do now is mix it up. Poblano pepper, a cut off the top. We're going to also cut it lengthwise so we can clear out the middle. We're going to open it up, cutting some slices into the very tip top of the pepper. We're going to lay this out because this way it'll lay flat in the pan, and grill this out for probably about like 5 minutes just to get a nice little char on it. We're going to prep the meat on the inside with some olive oil. We're going to brush that on with our sauce brush, or you can just drizzle it in and rub it with your fingers. Okay, grill pan all heated up. We're going to lay our poblano peppers. Again, we're going to put those face down so that meat side that has the olive oil on it makes contact with the grill. Because what we're doing is just trying to get a nice char on there. Don't know if you can hear that sizzling starting over the sound of the fan. Then we'll cut those up into nice slices to add those to the slaw. Okay, so it's been a few minutes here. We're going to check on the peppers to see how they're doing. So we got this nice little char. We got some of those char grill lines on there. Oh, nice, nice. That's gonna brighten up and give a little bit of a extra tang to the coleslaw. So we're going to pull those aside, and then we're going to start the chicken. What we've already done off camera while we're waiting for the peppers to cook is we've taken them out of the package, we patted them dry, we added some salt and pepper to them, and that's where we're at right now. What we're going to do is add them to the grill, and the first part is you're going to want to put them with the fold facing you on the grill pan here. On this side, maybe 6-7 minutes, because these are a little bit thicker chicken breasts. Let them rest. We're going to flip them over, so then that finished side is going to be what we're going to put that marinade on as it finishes cooking. That'll soak in along with the salt and the pepper, and it's going to be amazing the way that it looks and tastes. Alright, we're back to check on our chicken to see how we're doing with this. I've rotated it once already, and again we put some olive oil on this side. We'll take a look. Oh, that looks pretty good. Oops, come on. There we go. That's looking pretty good so far. Alright, we're going to cover that, let that sit for a little bit. Then we're going to add on our marinade. Okay, it's been a few more minutes. Check on our chicken. Looking pretty good here. We're going to go ahead and start adding on the marinade. Again, we're going to try and bring the brush in here and just start caking it on here. It's going to get sizzly as it drops down the side, but that's okay. We don't mind that so much. So something you're going to want to keep an eye on is your internal temperature. That'll just get everybody in the house sick. Not a good way to spend the next day. So we're going to check this often now that we're getting into the final stages here. We're going to check it with our meat thermometer. See what that looks like then. We're going to save a little bit of this glaze here. That's going to soak in there. And again, we're just keep creating more and more flavor. So we're just going to let that cook now, and we're going to check that temperature in just a little bit. Okay, something that we've done while the chicken is cooking is we've cut the poblano pepper up, we've sliced it into strips, and then cut it about 1 inch lengthwise there, and put that in with our slaw. Give it a nice stir. That's going to add some nice color to it, and when you're eating it, you're going to have that sweet tanginess, and then you're going to get that little bit of the spice of the poblano pepper. That cilantro, the pepper, that vinegar. It's just a nice light side dish for that chicken that's going to be so good with the mojito lime. Okay, we have our chicken off the grill right now. Re-stir up some of the slaw. We'll add that onto our plate. There we go. Just like that. And remember those onions that we still had left over? We're going to go ahead and add that onto the very top of the slaw. we're going to get some of that sour cream, dribble it on the top of the chicken, and again top that with just a little bit of onions here. There we go. And that, my friends, is your finished product for Mojito Lime Chicken for Bike to Table. Remember, we live to ride, we ride to eat. We'll see you next time.